What's up guys, it's that time again. It's time to check out how the best of Samsung stacks up against the iPhone 12 Pro Max in this early comparison. The official unpack day is finally here. We have everything we need to know. Now disclaimer, this is our real life video representation of the S21 Ultra based on the official material for this early comparison. By the way, I'm doing an international giveaway of Galaxy S21, so everything is mentioned in the description as well as in the pinned comment. With that being said, let's begin. The S21 Ultra is Samsung's special boy, the only model that has no compromise compared to last year's model. No plastic for Ultra, no lack of SD card, no drop in resolution, which is something Samsung did with its Galaxy S21 and the S21 Plus. Samsung truly went all out with this year's release. Oh, by the way, none of these two phones come with charger and headphones out of the box. In fact, all Galaxy S21 models will be losing on these two free things. Samsung pulled the same move as Apple, which is they are supporting the environment. Although Samsung is less evil, at least for the pre-order time, they're actually giving away the Galaxy Buds Pro and Galaxy Smart Tag absolutely free. But in normal circumstances, you're only going to see the USB-C cable, a SIM ejector tool, and some paperwork. Pricing wise, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, believe it or not, is actually cheaper than the S21 Ultra. Both phones are giving you 128 GB of internal storage with this starting price, but Samsung does have micro SD card slot for the S21 Ultra only. How do they compare spec by spec? Let's dive deep. So when you look at the design, there's definitely a lot more similarities than previous years. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is a premium phone with a boxy design that I absolutely love. The S21 Ultra, on the other hand, expands what Samsung did with the Note 20 Ultra and brings even more colors to the table. At the launch, there will be only two colors, Phantom Black and Phantom Silver, and Phantom Silver definitely is the most exciting color in my opinion. And if you're not down with that, we got three more colors for you: Phantom Brown, Phantom Navy, and my second favorite color, the Phantom Titanium. The special thing about these colors is that they have a carbon fiber kind of look with their camera bump. Both phones are using matte finishes on the back with metal sides. We've got Gorilla Glass 7 on the S21 Ultra against Apple's ceramic protection. Both definitely are doing justice to their price when it comes to durability under most conditions. But when we take a look at the front of both phones, the situation is completely different. The iPhone is painfully outdated at this point. Samsung, being Samsung, they are pushing the boundaries even further to a 6.8-inch 120Hz variable refresh rate OLED display that now operates at Quad HD resolution while keeping that 120Hz refresh rate. It's also the brightest OLED display on any phone with up to 1600 nits of peak brightness. iPhone, on the other hand, has a 6.5-inch OLED display with a notch. It's like Apple is still stuck in 2017. Imagine if Samsung kept using the Galaxy S8 design in 2021. That would be idiotic. Now, one of the reasons why Apple keep using that notch is because of Face ID. And I think everyone agreed that we are living in a special time, and Face ID time and time again has failed to work, especially when you're wearing a mask. The S21 Ultra won't have this problem whether you wear a mask or not, because it is rocking an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is now said to be 50% faster than previous generation with up to 77% larger fingerprint reader area. It promises that the unlock experience will be a lot quicker and efficient. Based on current situation of the world, if I have to pick one, I would definitely go with a fingerprint scanner. Speaking of performance, Samsung is finally bringing its absolute A game with the Exynos 2100 processor. It finally closes the gap with Apple A14. Although it's pretty good, but not as good as Apple A14, Apple still is the reigning, undisputed, undefeated champ of mobile performance. I will be doing a speed test comparison in a couple of days to check out the performance, but what you need to know is that this time Samsung has fixed all the problems that they had with last year's model. Both phones are having 5nm state-of-the-art architecture, which means incredible efficiency. Now, unlike Apple, Samsung goes all out. With the 120Hz brightest OLED display, they have a 5000 mAh battery and a 5nm architecture to handle everything. One of the reasons why iPhone 12 Pro Max don't have a 120Hz display is because Apple refused to put a bigger battery. They count on their optimization and it's just not enough, which is why the iPhone 12 Pro series missed out on this higher refresh rate feature. Now, living with iPhone 12 Pro Max, one thing is certain, that you get 1 day of battery life easily out of this phone. For reference, in comparison to the 12 Pro Max, my Note 20 Ultra almost got similar result in battery drain tests, which means S21 Ultra with even bigger battery than Note 20 Ultra and a 5nm chip can outpace iPhone in battery tests. Again, we'll be doing that pretty soon. Now let's talk about the most important thing, and that is software. This is a big one. A lot of people choose one or the other based on software. Samsung's One UI 3.1 based on Android 11 is pretty feature packed with tons of customization and features. Samsung is finally taking connectivity seriously and they are bringing a proper AirDrop rival. So with Samsung devices or Windows laptop where your Samsung account is logged in, with the help of UWB, you can have a proper AirDrop kind of connectivity where you can copy text on one device and paste that on another phone. It will also help you share files seamlessly, something that iOS does so good with its Mac and other iOS devices. Now the iPhone 12 Pro Max comes with iOS 14.2. It's definitely customizable to some extent. The widgets look great. You can finally take raw photos within the camera application. And the biggest flex of iOS, that is better third-party app optimization. For some reason, even in 2021, Android phones still don't have the best Instagram optimization as iPhone. There is more chance of having a global pandemic than Instagram optimizing itself on an Android phone. I don't think in my lifetime I will ever see them finally optimizing themselves for Android devices. iOS definitely has its perks, but so is Samsung. Features like wireless DeX, which lets you connect your device to any smart TV over the air, is pretty impressive. Samsung is also combining the elements of the Note series with the S lineup for the first time. The S21 Ultra has full support for a stylus, which you have to buy separately, but it does give you the full perks of drawing on your phone and all those air commands, something the iPhone 12 Pro Max doesn't have. Now let's discuss camera. Once again, the spec sheet of Galaxy S21 Ultra's camera is absolutely packed. Samsung already had a pretty significant lead over Apple when it comes to zoom and ultra wide angle lens, and now that is extended even further. The S21 Ultra brings the most powerful optical zoom setup on any smartphone. There's a 3x telephoto lens that will help you to take those portrait photos, but if you want to go, you can zoom up to 10x without losing any detail and even zoom all the way up to 100 times. Thankfully, this time around, Samsung is not marketing the 100x zoom, but it is something that S21 Ultra can do, and it is actually improved than the previous generation. On the other hand, the iPhone has a puny 2.5x zoom. In terms of ultra wide angle lens, even the Note 20 Ultra had a noticeable better result in low light situation and even in night mode. So I have every reason to believe that S21 Ultra brings a even better lead when it comes to ultra wide angle lens. Now you can also shoot 8K videos at 30 frames per second, which is pretty incredible. It's pretty obvious that Samsung definitely has more versatility, but iPhone still is the king of video. It's got Dolby Vision, the highest standard of HDR out there, and it consistently takes amazing photos. For a lot of people, it is currently the best camera smartphone, but like I said, it is lacking the versatility that the S21 Ultra brings, especially the 10x lossless zoom. We'll definitely be doing the camera comparison in the coming days, so stay tuned. So all in all, I will say the Galaxy S21 Ultra is the limit. Samsung is done with it. 14 days into 2021, they have announced the flagship S series, and now they're focusing solely on the foldable lineup. They've given their all to the S21 Ultra, addressing all the limitations of the previous model. iPhone 12 Pro Max in a lot of ways does feel outdated. It still has a lot of them exclusive perks, which is only because of iOS, but when we compare it purely on the basis of specs and pound for pound, it definitely feels like Apple needs to do something big. So that's my early opinion. We'll be doing a lot more coverage. I'll be doing some in-depth reviews and comparison later on. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to enter my giveaway for the Galaxy S21. Rules are mentioned in the description. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.